Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do a video that I just decided to do randomly, and I don't know, I thought you guys would find this interesting, mostly because I, for a long time, kind of felt like I couldn't not wear winged eyeliner. It was one of those things that I felt like I look best with winged eyeliner, I feel the most comfortable with winged eyeliner, and I just felt like I had to do winged eyeliner every single day. And mostly it's because my eyelids are so big. I always felt like when I did winged eyeliner, it would make my eyelids look a little bit smaller, and it just looked best on my eyes, I guess. And I have to admit, there's definitely days where I don't feel like doing winged eyeliner. I'm too lazy, you know, winged eyeliner takes a lot of effort. And I started doing my makeup more often without winged eyeliner. And so I wanted to show you guys kind of how I do my makeup when I decide not to do winged eyeliner, just to help you guys out if you kind of are in the same boat as me, or if you kind of want to experiment with your makeup and try to do no winged eyeliner, because you know, sometimes when you get used to a certain look, you feel weird when you're not wearing that look. You feel like you just don't look like yourself. I hope you guys like this. This is gonna be a super casual video. I'm actually gonna do like a Q&A with it, so you guys can just kind of listen to me talk if you guys want. I haven't done one of these in a while, like these Q&A style like makeup tutorials, so I think it'll be kind of fun. I hope you guys like it. Let me know in the comments below if you like these more like casual Q&As, because I kind of like watching them. I usually end up watching them when I'm doing my own makeup. So let's go ahead and just get started. I'm gonna put my mirror up. So I'm gonna go ahead and just start with my moisturizer. It is by Fresh, and it smells really good. It's not cruelty-free, sadly, but they sent it to me a while ago and didn't know that I wasn't cruelty-free. So I've just been using it because I have it. And then this has been my go-to. This is a CC cream by It Cosmetics, and I'm so almost gone, you guys. This might even be like my last time using it, but oh well. So I'm just gonna apply that. I was thinking about doing a video actually on products that have been sent to me for free that I repurchased, and I thought that would be a really interesting video because, you know, we get a lot of stuff sent to us for free all the time, and you know, we can like a product, but it's different when you like it and repurchase it, you know? And this is one of those products that was sent to me and I want to repurchase it, which I think says a lot about a product when it's sent to you, but you also want to repurchase it. So anyways, let's go ahead and just jump into the questions. So the first question was, what are 3 adjectives that you think best describes your daughters the best? If you guys watch my vlogs, you guys know my daughters. Elena is my 6-year-old, Emery is my 3-year-old. For Elena is really easy, plus she's older, so I feel like I know her personality a little bit better than Emery's. Elena is definitely caring, I would definitely say. That would be the first. This is the Sheer Envy Color Correct Cushion Wonder by Hard Candy, and it's this salmon color. She is literally one of the most caring little girls I think I've ever met in my life. She has this way about her where she cares so deeply about everybody's feelings. Like, she's one of the most empathetic little girls I've ever met. Like the other day, she was talking about school, and I was like, how was school? You know, do you get along with the girls at your table? And she's like, yeah, but today they were talking about boys, and they said that boys were disgusting. And I was like, oh, they did? And she's like, yeah. And she goes, but I didn't say that, Mom, because I didn't want them to hear me, and I knew that if they heard me, it would really hurt their feelings. Like, she is so hyper aware of other people's feelings, and I think it's the cutest thing, and she always says stuff like that. Like, she's always saying how she doesn't want to hurt somebody's feelings, or like sometimes, you know, I'll get road rage, and I'll say something like, gosh, like, you know, I'll like say under my breath, like a frustration to somebody else, and she's like, Mom, like, don't say that, like, that's very mean, you could like hurt their feelings, you know, you should never be mean to anybody, Mom. And she's just so cute, and she's so caring. So definitely caring for Elena and compassionate. She's also very creative. So now I'm using just a translucent powder all over my face, like kind of spacey. Like, she's very much like in La La Land. Like, she tends to like lose focus pretty easy, and she starts thinking about like random things. Like, that's totally Elena as well. Just very, like, spacey. And she, like, just doesn't really notice things going on around her, you know what I mean? And that's totally, like, Travis's personality coming out. She's just, like, in her own little world. So, spacey, compassionate, and creative. That would be Elena. And I just love her personality. She's so funny. Do you guys ever not wet down your beauty blender out of pure laziness and then you like instantly regret it because it just doesn't look the same? It's like totally me today. For Emery, her 3 adjectives would probably be strong-willed. Emery is incredibly strong-willed. She has this personality about her where she wants what she wants, she doesn't want what she wants, and she will make it known, which is adorable. It was a hard personality to have to deal with when she was younger, like a baby, but she's definitely like very strong-willed. She is friendly, which is surprising. The funny, interesting thing about Emery is she is so shy and like stranger shy. Like she gets really stranger shy around people, but she is more apt to make friends than Elena is. Like Elena's more independent, which I think is like a first child thing. Whereas Emery, once Emery starts playing with a kid or like, you know, meets a kid or something, she's much more apt to play with them. Like she's just more friendly in that way. Whereas Elena's more independent. So I would say Emery's like very friendly. So I'm gonna tell you guys what I used on my cheeks. That is a lot of blush. This is the IT Cosmetics Sunshine Compact in Warmth. Then I used the Charisma Blush by Tarte, which is one of my old and very favorites. And then the Ofra Highlight in Rodeo Dry, which is this really pretty gold color. So that's what I did on my cheeks. I am taking so long to answer this question. Emery's a little bit more tomboyish right now. Like she tends to like Ninja Turtles. She really likes PJ Masks. She's not super into like princesses as much as Elena was at her age. She's actually gonna be PJ Masks for Halloween, so yeah. So I'm just using my Gwen Stefani palette. I've been using this non-stop for some reason. I love this palette, and I've also been using that Ofra palette a lot. But what I'm gonna do is take this color. It's just like a matte medium brown, kind of as like the blender color, and this is in Zone. It's in Zone. And I'm going to just put it on a fluffy brush and put it in my crease. Do you guys wanna know something weird that I do? I keep a wash rag in my drawer, and I take my brushes and I just like wipe them on the rag, and then I use them. So another question is, what is one thing you want your viewers to take away from your channel and your videos? Probably, I'm a really creative person, and I think my channel really shows that. And I would love if people could take away the joys of a creative outlet and kind of like discovering new hobbies and new interests that they could try. I think creativity is one of the most important things in life, I think. Not necessarily for everybody maybe, but I think that a majority of people find a lot of joy in creativity. And if you look at hobbies, you know, a lot of times hobbies are creative. You know, even my most, you know, math-brained friends usually find hobbies in creative outlets, you know, whether it be building furniture or whatever. You know, I feel like creativity is such an important aspect of life, you know, creating something beautiful out of nothing. And I think a lot of people can find a lot of joy in creativity. And I am just a naturally really creative person. And so if I can, you know, show people maybe a new creative outlet that they might be able to really enjoy and really, you know, dive into, I am very happy, because I think that creativity is a really strong driving force for a happy life. And even if you don't think that you're that creative of a person, I think that a lot of people can be if they allow themselves to be. And sometimes you just need that little push. And so that's one thing that I really want to strive for with my channel, is to just spark that creative outlet for people that may feel like they aren't that creative, you know? I'm gonna zoom you guys in. You guys need to be a little closer. Another thing is just learning to accept yourself for who you are and not changing to fit the crowd or fit, you know, what you feel like you should be doing, what you feel like everyone else is doing. One thing that I really like to show on my channel is, you know, the importance of staying true to yourself and to continue to do what you enjoy. And even if it's not completely in the norm, you know what I mean? Like, I've always been a bargain shopper. I've always been somebody that likes drugstore makeup. I've always been somebody that likes to shop at Walmart, you know, stuff like that. I've never been one that wants to go to Sephora every weekend and buy like $200 worth of makeup. Like, that's not me, and it never has been me. And I think I've shown that a lot, you know, in my videos, and I've never changed that aspect of myself to try to fit the mold or fit what people want to see, because I've had a lot of people say, you need to buy more high-end makeup, you know, your channel would be much more successful if you did this or this or this. And I'm like, maybe, but that's not me, so why would I do something that's not an interest to me, you know what I mean? Like, I want to review drugstore makeup because that's what I like that's what I buy, you know? Okay, so next I'm just gonna do Punked, which is this purple color. And I usually use a cool toned color for this because if you use too much warmth on your eyes, I feel like when you don't do eyeliner, it can make your eyes look a little bit irritated. And so I like to go in with like a cooler toned, you know, purple, or even this color here, which is Serious, or you could even mix them together. But what I do is I put that in the outer corner, and then I also put it along the lash line, and I really, really, really blend it out across the lash line. Now what you can also do is take like a smudgy eyeliner, let's see here, and you can just take this and like put it along your lash line really messily like this, and then just take a pencil and blend it out, or a pencil brush, sorry. Blend it out a little bit, just to give the eyeshadow something to kind of like hold on to. Then I take this brush here. This is one of my favorite brushes of all time. It's like a small blender brush. It's like a little miniature one. This is the E36 by Sigma. It's a like favorite brush of mine. And I just take that and then I do what I told you. So as you guys can see, I'm just kind of blending this out into the outer corners and across my lash line. And putting it across my lash line like this just kind of closes off my eye a little bit more because of my big giant eyes, and it gives a really nice smoky look. And you can also take, like if you want to, which sometimes I do as well, is I'll take like a black and I'll just kind of go like along the lash line a little bit with the black. And that will darken it up a little bit if you're feeling a little bit more drama, you know? And then I just blend that out. You always have told us that you're a very shy person. I'm very shy as well, but I'm very insecure about that. Is there any advice that you can give to us about shyness? Great question, because it is very, very common to feel insecure about your shyness. And I still do at times. There's times, obviously, where I feel like I want to be more outgoing and I want to be more, you know, you see outgoing people everywhere, and it's really common for shy people to want to be that way and to be more outgoing. But the thing is, I feel like, is you are shy, and that's just part of who you are. And a lot of people try to change that aspect of them, but I think no matter what, you're always gonna have that shy aspect about you. And I think it's really important to embrace that. And one thing that I've kind of learned to embrace is the fact that my shyness has really awesome qualities to it. And one thing that I've kind of noticed about myself and my shyness is that I'm a very good listener, and I'm very good at giving advice. So a lot of times, you know, if a friend has a problem or something and she's dealing with a lot, I'm a very good person to come to because I listen very intently, and I'm also very, very good at giving people advice about what, you know, they should do. And I think a lot of shy people have that quality because they don't really like talking about themselves, so they're more than happy to listen to other people and give them advice, you know, for what they're dealing with. Always make sure you're smiling and having like a smile on your face, because I think that makes a huge difference, because sometimes I'm worried that people are gonna think I'm snobby. But Travis said when he first met me, he goes, I knew you were shy, but the reason why I didn't get the snobby vibe from you is because you always smiled. Like, you answered my questions with a smile, even if it was a little bit more in a reserved way. You answered me with a smile, and you always kind of came across as if you cared, but you were just more reserved. So always make sure you're smiling, but never feel insecure about being quiet. I think quiet people have very loud brains, and I think that we tend to think a lot, and we tend to be able to be our own best friend, and I think that's a huge quality to being quiet. And it's one of my favorite parts about being quiet is my mind is so loud, and I love to think, and I love to ponder, and I'm very easily entertained with my own self. Like, you know how a lot of people need a lot of friends, or they feel lonely when they're by themselves? I don't feel lonely when I'm by myself. So now I'm just gonna take that same purple color and I'm gonna put it on my lower lash line. This is taking me way longer than it normally would because I'm talking while I'm doing it. Normally this wouldn't take me very long at all. So try to think of the positives. There's not just negatives to being shy. I mean, I know we live in an extroverted world, but there's not always just bad things about being shy. There's actually a book that I've been reading. It's called Quiet. And it's taken me a while to read because I kind of take breaks from it because it's kind of a more educational type book. But it's very interesting if you guys want to read it, if you're an introvert. It's called Quiet. Okay, now I'm going to do my eyebrows. Anastasia Beverly Hills in chocolate. But anyways, it talks about how like the good aspects of introverts and how we're actually very, very beneficial to work environments and stuff like that without us even realizing it. And I think it's very common for us to feel like we have this personality flaw. And you know, obviously I think being an extrovert is something you have to fake sometimes, because sometimes you have to fake it till you make it. And there's been situations where I've had to fake extroversion and stuff like that, but you know, that's just life. Sometimes you have to fake it till you make it, but it's not always bad to be introverted, just like it's not always good to be extroverted. I think that, you know, there's benefits to both, you know? Which is interesting. This brings me to another idea. I'm gonna stop talking while I do my eyebrows because I always talk like this and I can't do my eyebrows while I talk. Have you guys ever taken Myers-Briggs, the personality test? It is fascinating, you guys. You have to take it. I'm so obsessed with learning about Myers-Briggs. And I am one of those people that has never 100% like fully believed in like horoscopes. And so many people, you know, base their personality type off of their horoscope. And so I never could 100% relate to my Taurus horoscope. I could never relate to my rising sign, which is Aries. Like I always felt like I could relate to other signs better, and I'm just like, you know, it's just so random. You know, I feel like you could kind of find personality traits about you that match with any horoscope. Also too, like I've always thought like, wouldn't horoscopes depend more on when you're conceived versus when you're born? Like what makes coming out of your mother's body a basis for how your personality is gonna be? Like basically you're just being squeezed through this little tunnel, and that makes your personality the way that it is. Like wouldn't your personality be forming in the womb? Like what makes being squeezed out of a vagina the basis for which your personality is going to be forever? Do you know what I'm saying? Like if horoscopes were real, it makes more sense to me based on when you're conceived, like how the stars are aligned when you're conceived. Like Elena, for example, was a month early. She was born a month early. And if she would have been born on her due date, she would have been a completely different sign. But she was born a month early, so that made her a Leo. So if it was like based on conceiving date, she would have been a completely different sign, or she's supposed to be a different sign. So that doesn't make sense either for the babies that are born like a month early. So yeah, anyways, that was like a long tangent. So I'm like, I just don't know if I believe fully in horoscopes. And then I took the Myers-Briggs test and I was like, this is it. This makes so much more sense to me. I'm obsessed with it. And if you guys have never taken it, I'm gonna leave the link down below. And I'm an INFP. Princess Lash Mascara, which is amazing. It's by Essence. It's my favorite. It's for those people that like volume. It's like one of those super voluminous mascaras. And then a eyelash curler. I'm just gonna do that. But anyways, I was talking about Myers-Briggs. So I'm an INFP and it fits me to a T. But see, here's the thing. Like Travis, for example, is like the most unique personality type in the world. Like I've always thought he had the weirdest personality in like the best way. And everyone always has known Travis to just have a really, really prominent and unique personality type. And he took the test, skeptic as usual, because he's skeptical of literally everything. He was like, oh my God, like this describes me so well, it's like scary. And he's like, this is so right on, like I can't even believe it. And so many people read Travis's and was like, oh my God. And he's an INTP. So I'm an INFP and he's an INTP. And honestly, INTPs I think are one of my favorite personality types. And he's the logician. If you guys want to read a little bit about that, I'll put our personality types down below. But oh my God, it's just so fascinating. And the other weird thing too, guys, is me and my brother and my dad are all INFPs. How weird is that? Like, is it a genetic thing that makes you an INFP? Or is it like how you're raised that makes you an INFP? But then I was thinking about like my mom. She is the opposite personality to all of us. She's an ESFJ. So she's like the opposite personality type to her family. And I'm like, I wonder if that has something to do with how my mom structured our family. You know what I mean? Like she's super extroverted. And she kind of took control of a lot of situations as the extrovert of the family. I wonder if the reason why we're all INFPs is based on how our family was growing up. It's just so fascinating to me, like so fascinating. So if you haven't looked into Myers-Briggs, definitely do, because it will blow your mind, guys. So I'm gonna do the Pixie black eyeliner in Black Noir on my lower lash line. And you also want to do this in the tight line as well. That way you don't have like that white little band. So that's basically it for the eyes, you guys. Isn't that pretty? Like, you don't even need winged eyeliner. Like, I love this look for no winged eyeliner days. And I'm actually gonna put on some fake outer corner lashes at the end of this video to show you guys what that looks like, but I don't always do that. Check out personality types. I'll put a link down to my personality type down below so you guys can read about what I am. I'm a mediator, and like my mom's was right on, and it's literally crazy how right on they all are. And there's a lot of research that goes into it. You know, some people are extreme INFPs, or some people are more in the middle and kind of like, you know, teetering, you know, with another personality type. But I've done so much research on personality types and how they react to each other. Like, do INTPs get along with INFPs? Like, what's the best personality type pairings? And kind of like how, like, some of my best friends, like how my personality type, you know, is with theirs. It's just so cool. And then you start learning so much that there is to learn about them, and you start trying to guess people's personality type. So I'm gonna link it down below. Like I said, you guys can take the test and leave in the comments what you found out your personality type is and what it's called, and if you relate to it at all. Like, it talks about like the careers that are good for you, how you parent, how you tend to have like relationships, stuff like that. And it's just cool. It's been like my obsession lately. I tend to do that. Like, I always find something that I'm super intrigued by or interested in, and I become like full-blown obsessed. You know what I mean? And I have to learn everything that there is to know about it, and I literally want to sit on the computer all day and just like study, you know? Okay, so for my lips, I'm gonna do something dark and fallish. One thing I love to use is this NYX Lip Lingerie in Bedtime Flirt, and I love putting this over the top of a dark color. So this is Tuscany by Ofra, and what I do is I go just kind of like do some dots on my lips, and then I take Bedtime Flirt by NYX and I mix them together. Do you guys want to know how I tend to outline my lips? I love the look of like a really tall middle and a really like low bottom. So usually when I outline my lips, like overdraw them, I only overdraw like the lumps, and then I overdraw right there underneath. So it's almost like a little Minnie Mouse mouth, kind of. I just love the look of kind of like that puckery look where it's tall in the middle and tall at the bottom. I don't know. That's kind of what I do. Okay, guys. I'm gonna go put on some outer corner lashes and I will be back. Alright guys, so this is the final look with the fake lashes. Like I said, I don't always do the fake lashes. A majority of the time I actually don't do them. The only reason I did them today is because I'm filming today and I wanted a little bit more drama. But a lot of times I don't, because I'm a mom and I just don't need to put fake eyelashes on every day. The glue is still kind of wet, so if you can see it, I'm sorry. But anyways, yeah, this is it. Really pretty. I just love how this looks. I feel like I don't need to have my signature winged eyeliner on with it, and I just really like it. So if you guys have been struggling getting out of the winged eyeliner thing, or you're just not sure how to do your makeup without it, this is a really nice way. I think it's really pretty. You still have that smoky look, and you still have that drama without having to do like the precision of the winged eyeliner, which I appreciate because I don't want to do that every day sometimes, and this works really well for me. So if you have big eyes like I do, this will work for you. So I hope you guys like this video. I know that I just talked about some random stuff. Like, I always tend to just go on tangents and talk forever. So I apologize if the subject matter was super duper random. But it's kind of fun. I just kind of like talking to you guys. It's kind of like a video diary. So if you guys like these videos, please let me know and I could do them more often and have you guys ask me more questions. I only got to like 3 questions in this video, but like I said, I go off on tangents and I can talk forever. So anyways, I will talk to you guys later. I hope you guys like this. Don't forget to subscribe and also push the notifications button. So anyways, I hope you guys have a fabulous day and I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!